Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nowhere Prophet, where my own personal hope reserves are a little bit on the low side, if we're being perfectly honest here. So what are we going to do about our position? To be perfectly honest, we probably don't need these fine fabrics. Are these great fabrics? Nah, they're fine. They're alright. If we put together a little bit more money, like at 49 batteries, we can buy 54 food. There's no way we get to the 69 batteries that it would take to buy all of the food here, right? Yeah, we just don't have enough stuff to sell. But we can part with this. We can buy big food and middle food. And then we actually have to be a little bit cautious about our healing. Man, we can't afford to be a little cautious about our healing, right? I guess I could have done events. We could have tried to shop for food in the market. Maybe that would have been the better play. Yeah, there totally is shop for food. We don't. I think I remember that we don't always get a better deal doing this than we do from just buying it from the market, though, right? Let's look for work instead. We are not offered a job that we can actually do. Let's not do any of this because we can't. Let's... Pray to the Gods is going to give us Believer and Hope. Explore the area is going to give us Scholar. We cannot do Recruit Followers, right? Because we don't have any resources that I'm willing to give up. I believe you can pay food. If I remember correctly, you can pay food for followers in these events sometimes, but like we can't afford to part with any food either. Let's pray to the Gods, because I could really use additional hope. And then, we could try to... Nope. I thought I remembered that there was a way you could try to bluff your way in. Okay, well, I think then we've got everything that we can get here. So, we have to be a little cautious about our healing. 12 health is obviously not good enough. We need to heal our leader at least twice. And then we could spend the other 3 heals on followers and not drop below another travel threshold. So I guess that's what we do. Who do we heal? Who are the 9 most important followers to heal? Well, Sweeper's pretty important. So right now we have 3, 4, 5 wounded followers in. 6, 7, 8. Is this guy 9? I like Prospector quite a bit. Do we want to cut one of the ones out of here and not necessarily heal like Company Agent? Company Agent's good. No, I think I do want to heal Company Agent. We may just occasionally play a wounded cutter or something. It's not ideal, obviously you want to be building toward 50 followers, but... Okay. I think this is the state in which we set out, and we just have to find food, like, quickly. Alright, so what do we have here? We could go after the Scions of the Dreaming God through the desert on our way to the Ziggurat, or we could take the super long route and just try to muddle through fighting beasts. I think I'm a little bit more comfortable fighting beasts than the Scions. Right, beasts are often smaller, definitely more vulnerable to like double tap and our blast shenanigans. Let's try this. We don't usually take the longer route, so things have not been going well for us playing the way we usually play. Let's try doing this. So we have a machinist workshop there and a gladiator camp there. We've done the gladiator camp a bunch. I'm not exactly sure what my plan is here. I'm a little bummed out to not see a lot of food nodes. We're going to have to get lucky in the events there. Okay, we've happened upon a group of large shaggy animals. We decided that hunting them would be a bad idea. I wish that I had been consulted. So we can't really make use of a campsite anyway because we can't afford to spend any food healing. I mean, we got to take this top path because we need the food nodes. Maybe the right play is come down through here, go to the fight where we can maybe win some food through combat, and then we'll see about like backing up and going this way, and we just have to hope that we discover a bunch of food along the way. But I do want to hit the trade goods note here too. I have no tribute. Sorry, I have some tribute. It's bullets. I hope you enjoy them. So, we don't need to run all these guys. Let's try to make our deck, like, good. Conman's so weird. What a weird guy. I mean, we'll try him. Let's not run the Raider. Let's not run both the Wardens. Worker Swarm's good. Revolutionary's good. Maybe we cut one of the Sweepers for the moment. We probably don't need them both. And then also... 16 cards is still going to be a little bit inconsistent, is my primary concern here. We're also kind of weak. Like, our top-end cards are not that good. You know what? I'm just going to run it like this. And then, obviously, we don't have the batteries for a level up. Oh, how I wish I did. Alright, not wild about the way it built our side of this arena. I go first, so early Warden is fine. Mangler Trap's probably not really going to be all that good here. Ooh. I think early Warden turns into early Prospector, right? Yeah. And then we can have the Prospector break a thing to open up some space for us and also get tougher. I think that's okay. And I think we'll keep everything else that's in our hand right now. Wow. Random, was it? I mean, they're not even kind of trying to pretend. That was so obviously... Because that play doesn't make any sense unless you know that thing is going to happen, right? Alright, well... We do this, for sure. That's actually pretty great. And then we can play, like... Custodian plus throw a rock in front of one of those guys plus double tap the other one. And I think we're probably more okay with the 2-2 living than the 4-1. So we do rock you and shoot you. Okay, and now we have a 4-7 with Blast, who's going to be able to hopefully do some real damage to the enemy's face pretty quickly here. We're hoping that they will be compelled to double up their dudes in the rows, because, you know, they don't have a lot of space to play in, and so we can get a real good beam off, like this one's going to be. Yep, I like it quite a bit. And then I gained 6 armor. I gained 5 armor. That seems like a no-brainer. You just eat that guy, you go to the opponent's face for half lethal, and then we play the Grenadier here, and I know that opens up more spaces for them to play stuff, but it also gives me a second lethal threat and hope, obviously. They say, hope springs eternal, but my experience has been that it usually needs a little bit of help. Yeah, let them run? No, absolutely not. I'm winning this battle. With our superior force, we had them swiftly surrounded. Oh, interesting. We don't even have to... Oh boy, what do you think happens if you mow them down? I mean, if we continue the fight... I don't... Here's a question I have that we can't answer at the moment. If I take one of these end out of the fight early options, does it affect our XP gain? Because we really do need to be gaining XP as quickly as possible. If we continue the fight, we get fight loot plus a blessing. If we mow them down or force them to surrender, I bet we still get some loot. I'm just going to finish them. Okay, that's not a big deal unless they also have another one or they have some damage or something. Okay, yeah, not a problem. And of course we have to take a hit, otherwise they wouldn't be punishing us correctly for not taking the easy way out. Let's get me a little bit of hope and then go to your face. I don't think the Union Grenadier is a great card. I'm fine with him not being in the deck most of the time, so that wound is not super meaningful. The water, on the other hand, the water is super meaningful. Alright, show me some cool trade goods. Okay. Not as much scrap as I was expecting, but 2 luxuries is really nice. So Instruments gives us free Beast Token, and Hallusense, obviously, is the really, really good one. Pretty happy about that. That's a good outcome. They saw the metallic bodies of a swarm patrol in the distance. A few hours later, we found the burned-out husk of a carriage standing in the middle of the road. So, could be a trap, could be the Rusters are just sitting here waiting. But I think even if that's the case, we have to fight. And, okay, also I take 5 damage for free at the beginning of the battle. That's fun. I think we just just go right into the battle with the same deck minus that guy. That's fine. Enemy goes first, so we're going to have like Shot plus Ordnance Runner as an option. Signal Bearer, I feel really bad playing Signal Bearer in any situation where we don't have really easy armor. I guess we do have really easy armor. Yeah, maybe I want to take him, because Flanking Maneuver is going to give us 8 armor off of that tree. Alright. So I guess it's going to depend a little bit on what they do. Okay, so we're doing the Ordnance Runner thing. I was going to say, if they don't play anything that desperately needs to be shot, it might be better for us to do Warden and Flanking Maneuver. Maybe instead of shot, we just... You know what? This is probably a fine time to just spend our beam. And then, obviously, still Ordnance Runner. And then next turn, if they don't do anything that desperately needs to be dealt with, we can do Signal Bearer Flanking Maneuver. Okay, that's a bummer. Also, kind of a bummer? Not really. Like... So to be perfectly honest with you, I think what we're doing is probably just putting this guy behind this rock. And then I am in fact going to try Signal Bearer plus Flanking Maneuver. And if he survives the one turn that he's going to spend as a 6/4, then he becomes a real problem for them. And then we can, like, we'll play Mangler Traps next turn and we'll just negate that guy's power that way. And do I want to scrap anything? I don't think I want to scrap anything. Alright, let's see if they kill him quickly enough. They do! Yep, four toughness... 4 toughness guys that you're playing after the first turn are just always bad. Alright, well... Situations become a little more complicated. I'm considering scrapping some stuff. I think we... okay, I think we kind of have to play this shot here now. Then I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to push. Technically, this moves both of them. So will it actually lower... Okay. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good outcome. And then... do we want to move this guy out from behind the rock? No, I think he's just going to slowly work on this rock for the rest of the battle. And I still think I don't want to scrap anything. Mangler Traps, you're pretty good. You're pretty alright. Alright, fortunately all the bonus armor from our flanking maneuver is going to give us a little bit of time to solve this problem. Not a ton. Not a huge amount. Okay. So, I don't know if pushing him is going to have an effect here, because obviously he's already in the back. We could just play Shield Comrade as a 4/8 with Taunt and hope that that's good enough. And if I do that, I still also get to play Custodian. That's not bad. And I'll play Custodian here and make Rock happen. Try to make their lives a little bit awkward. And by the end of the battle, this guy is totally going to get us 1 hope. Alright, that's not great for me. I mean, the Burning Brand is way more relevant now. That is fantastic. Okay, interesting stuff. Well, how do we want to deal with all of their weirdly huge cards? Usually the Ruster guy is the small units guy. We cannot attack for anything close to lethal. There's some version of this where we just keep putting stuff on the table and then one-shot the enemy leader. I think we might be real close to that version of this. So we're gonna Burning Brand this guy to lower power on both of those units. Mangler traps are doing some fine work. And then... Can you attack the marked guy? No, okay, you still... It does say in the text here, can always be attacked. Again, a case of them not writing the rules in a way that's unreasonable, but just writing the rules in a way that doesn't mean the thing that they say. So we can have the Custodian kill him, thanks to the extra damage from the mark. And we could have the shield guy kill this dude. That leaves us in a pretty good spot, honestly. And then we play either Company Agent or Stalwart. I'm going to play the Company Agent. And we just try to build toward having lethal, which I think is reasonable. I'm going to scrap the Worker Swarm. We're very unlikely to get any play out of those guys. Alright, he has another thing or a source of damage or something, I assume. Nope, he just has bad play. Alright, I'm here for bad play. I'm with you on play poorly. Ooh. Weird. What an also weird bad play. So we have him, right? Bolsters a kill. Who gets blessed? Honestly, like, Shield Comrade's very, very good, but so is Custodian. Custodian sees play in a lot of games because his effect is reasonable. I'm thinking we're going to give it to the Custodian. He sees play early, so like a point of power on him is going to be maybe a little bit more relevant than it is on the Custodian, or on the on the Shield Comrade. Okay, we got some more food, we got some more batteries. Things are looking up-ish. A settlement is under attack by a small swarm of rusters. The humans had barricaded themselves in, but they had no chance against the high-energy beam weapons. Well, let's swing in there and save them. Everybody needs to be rescued sometimes. Do I even... Yeah, let's do that. Or maybe... No, that's fine. I was going to say maybe we want to run the other Warden instead. Somebody's just a little more survivable. Okay. I go first, so an early Union Sapper is definitely compelling. And then we can use her to chew up some of the stuff on our side of the field to open up some space for us to play in. I think I'm going to keep this. Love early Union Sapper. Okay, that's getting marked and killed, I think. Or, I suppose I don't have to do that. I can just blast it. Yeah, maybe the right play is we just spend our beam on it now. If I don't spend my beam on it now, I mark it, I attack it and kill it, then we play... Warden, probably. And then I guess I'm gaining enough armor that he can't attack me for anything. My big concern, obviously, is that he's going to get buffed. They're going to play, like, Disassembler Swarm 3 times on him and then kill our Union Sapper, because that's how that goes. If we had a push, I'd feel a lot more comfortable. If we could just, you know, like, drop the Custodian's Rock in front of him. It's probably better to do it this way. We'll just kill this guy now. And maybe I'm gonna regret that later. And then just play, like, Custodian somewhere, throw a rock up in front of one of their rows, give them very little area to work in. Okay, that's not a big deal. I'm real happy for them to spend a card doing that. They can do that as many times as they would like. Okay, so we can deal with that guy with a mark, or potentially we'll just draw something good. Well, I think I'm going to scrap the bolster, looking for a second damage spell. Okay, push works. Push solves some problems. So we shoot one of them. Then we can just push this rock and kill that guy with an attack. We can... I think that's probably what we're doing, because that lets us play another card. We could alternatively play Mangler Traps, then do the push. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's set up the Mangler Trap situation, because that's been fun for us so far. We do this push, which weakens him enough that we can kill him this way, which also allows me to get that kill. And then we're just good. We have opened up a space for them to play in, but also we got some benefit out of it. Okay. Boy, you sure have a lot of snipers. God, I wish all of his cards were that. Well, I mean, right? This allows me to do this and have this guy survive. Obviously, they're going to kill him, because they always have the ability to kill your stuff, but... And then we just play Conman and Warden, get as much body on the table as possible. Conman's so weird. It's like, if they don't kill him all at once, you can get him back, and then... I don't know. He's a real strange guy. Right, I imagine they're just going to trade. Nope, they're going to do a thing that doesn't make any sense at all. Right, why trade when you have the damage? But the move is still weirdly bad. I get, like... That's not a good thing to do. Alright, what is left in my deck damage-wise? If I scrap Burning Brand, there is not a high enough chance that we draw a damage card. So probably what we do is we Burning Brand this dude. No, well... I guess we could just mark him. I like Burning Brand as a way of dealing with these problems all at once, but it does mean that I'm like taking 5 damage on my Warden, which certainly kills it. Or sorry, I'll only take 3. That's right. Because this thing will get hit by the Mangler Trap. Oh, I should... Right, if it costs 3 or more, not more than 3. I thought that I was still going to have him on the table, otherwise I would have attacked with him first. Well, I think we're going to play Revolutionary, and Conman can maybe come back after that. The Mangler Trap is, like, very good. Alright, please stop drawing good creatures. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Draw some real garbage, please. We'll just double tap that guy out. And then go to the opponent's face for a whole bunch. And we play a Shield Comrade because it's very slightly better than the Stalwart in this situation. Hard to see him making it out of this one. Yeah, because we can mark that guy to shed his taunt. That doesn't matter. And that also doesn't do anything. You have no cards in your hand, sir. Okay, cool. So you get out of here with that noise, and then... Is it Shield Comrade? Yeah, I think Shield Comrade gets the blessing now. Okay. Wounded survivors with grim faces stared blankly at us, unsure what to expect. Hey, we could really use some assistance if y'all don't mind, repaying the debt you just earned. We lowered our weapons and signaled it was safe. Cautiously, the settlers emerged from their cover. For our efforts, we received not only spare valuables, 6 batteries worth of plant fibers, but also treatment of the wounds we got while defending them, which is actually a huge deal. Yo, those are 3 very good units to have gotten healed. Yeah, that was awesome for us. So we now have enough batteries to just level up, right? Should I? It's hard to know. I guess it's going to help us in the upcoming fight. We should probably do it. But man, if we get to a settlement and we desperately need food and I don't have the money for it, I'm going to feel bad. All units in target column are pushed. Yeah, right? Mark target's great, but... yeah, I think that's right. And then... do we want to drop the other bolster? We're not getting a lot of play out of field camouflage right now, but we know it can be good in our deck. Bolster's so marginal every single time we play it. It just doesn't do the thing. And right now, what we need is cards that do the thing. Alright, let's hope that those repairs were good enough. We must investigate. Okay. Took 2 damage, got attacked. I think we just play with the same deck. I go first, which I like a lot. I think this is pretty great. What an open. Demolitions Expert after Union Sapper is obviously a thing we're not like wild about, but there's a chance the Union Sapper will just get killed, so... oh, I really miss my 3rd point of power now. Okay, well you just got beamed. And I mean, I'm not going to stress about this. We'll smash that open. Does it matter where? Not really. I think this is a pretty strong start. How do we want to... well, I guess we have enough removal in hand to just kill both of them now. Yeah, that's probably the thing we do then. Let's dome you, shoot you, and then this is obviously a little card disadvantagey, but it maintains our position and we're spending a lot of their time. Shrapnel trap's a problem. I assume they're going to play something in front of it. Yeah. Yeah, Shrapnel Trap having 4 power is a real bummer. And we can't target it directly with any removal. Do we have anything in our deck that deals with that? Yeah. Beast Call, you know? It's like playing a creature. Actually, does it only blow up on followers? It does only blow up on followers. Well, we also certainly have the option of just playing a Stalwart into it. We could also just push this guy behind it and ignore it. I don't really like don't play creatures. I'm gonna scrap the pull. Okay. Play a Mangler Trap. Push you. And then, yeah, we are, I think, just going to ignore it. That doesn't feel great. But we do get to take you quite low. I mean, do I want to just throw down, like, the Devoted Guard and have him eat it? Because I don't think Devoted Guard is a great card in the first place. What do I think the odds are I'm going to be able to just kill our opponent next turn? Actual 0, right? Yeah, we can't generate 2 bonus points of damage on the enemy leader. So he's going to play... he has limited space on the battlefield, but also 7 energy and 4 cards in hand. Yeah, alright, we're just gonna... I'll let that guy back into the game. He's still quite weak. Because we need to be able to play creatures. We can't just... yeah, them resolving a 6/5 makes it very obvious that we made the right move there. Okay. Oh. Hey, that's pretty alright. So we Shield Comrade and Diversion the front column? And obviously I don't love that we have to spend both of our units attacking this guy down, but we do. That was a pretty good initial debut of that card. I don't know that we want to scrap anything here. You know what? We're unlikely to play Demolitions Expert this game. Right, it's still not quite lethal. But they don't need it to be lethal. They just need to make it so I can't... Ah, there it is. I was going to say, they're not going to not have it, obviously. And a stun, just to rub some extra salt in that wound. Okay, well... Hey, look at that. All of a sudden, you win. What fun for you. We can... Well, we can't do anything here. We didn't lose, but we're in a situation that's going to cost us a ton of time and cards to get out of. Well, do we want to scrap the Burning Brand? Probably not. Probably we play Burning Brand and then feed our Union Sapper to whatever we threw the brand on. I mean, it's the guy with Overwhelm, obviously. This guy is slightly better than the other guys. Did I... Oh, right. I keep thinking it's 3 bonus damage. I don't know where that comes from. Well, I guess, you know, we can only afford to take so much damage, so we play you. And... Oh, wow. Are they actually gonna have to spend 2 creatures on you? Okay. That's something. I assumed that they were going to have a way of making that a 1-for-1. Or, sorry, a 2-for-1, but, you know, a damage card and a creature. Well, Beast Call does... not literally nothing, but pretty close. So you play, like, Warden in front of Sweeper? And then... still lose the Sweeper, but like this way they have to spend a bunch of guys doing it. And if we can get them to spend some of these bigger guys and they stop drawing useful, viable, large creatures every single turn, then maybe we can establish some power on the board and keep it there. Okay, Worker is a dead card. They effectively drew nothing there, so that's good for us. Boy, Overwhelming is super powerful. So we have to kill the Overwhelming guy because we can never control an Overwhelming creature. We have no ability to make guys of our own survive, as long as they have something that's overwhelming. And then we play, like... if we play Revolutionary and Beast Call... we can... I mean, it just doesn't matter. There's nothing we can do to affect the... Them having a large creature every single turn without fail is... and us being... So we're behind on tempo. By which I mean that every time they do anything, they're ahead of us. We always have to play reactively. We play a thing to catch up to the last thing they did, and then it becomes their turn, and they get to undo whatever we just did while maintaining their current position. And unfortunately, there's just no way out of it. So we do have a Sweeper. Okay. 2-1. Let's move you to here. Then play fetch. Then... we have 1 use of Fighting Stance left. I was trying to save it until a point where we could use it to actually generate some power that would stay on the board, but I'm having a really hard time with that. basically, in any card game where you have this thing where creatures can't be used the turn you play them, it's possible to get into this situation where Guy A on his turn plays a creature that has some meaningful effect on the board, and just being large is a meaningful effect. Then Guy B plays a creature that actually can't, because of the rules of the game, respond to the first guy's creature. And then Guy A now has his second turn with his creature. His creature can do stuff while his opponent's still waiting in the maybe I get to play the game phase. There's just not, unfortunately, a lot of ways to solve the problem. Okay, so now we just have a 4-3. I'm going to play Sweeper and then move this guy in front of the Sweeper and then play Prospector behind my 2-2. And this way we're at least threatening damage. And he needs to not have... Yep. He needs to not have removal, which he had. I mean, that's not really removal. But he needs to not have a way of killing our Sweeper, basically. Okay. Field camouflage is interesting. It gives us a little bit more control over what's going on here. What else is in my deck? A flanking maneuver. But if I dig for it, I immediately start taking damage. So we can go to the opponent's face with this guy for 5 by trading the 2-2 for their 2-2. Go for 5, then move this guy in front here so that he at least trades with the Crashjacker, assuming they don't have anything else. Oh, sorry, he doesn't trade because we don't have the thing anymore. And then also we play you because we should just get stuff on the table. I think that's the way we want to do that. Alright, another Shifty Scavenger. Man, that guy's pretty good. I wish we had that guy. And then he's going to ram the Crashjacker into it. Okay, that's not too bad for us, actually. That's not a terrible outcome. So, obviously we flanking maneuver... I guess we don't really, like... Opening this up doesn't help us anymore, because we're never going to have enough creatures for it to be relevant. So let's do that. Get ourselves the maximum amount of armor. And then... I really don't want to give this guy even more power. Oh, actually it doesn't matter, because we're totally on lethal. We just have to do this the right way. Okay, everything's fine-ish, except we took 10 wounds. Yeah, except we took 10 wounds. And then we get to have a fight, because that wasn't the fight. So that fight has devastated our convoy. We're going to have to play a bunch of wounded cards. We're going to permanently lose a bunch of people. And of course that fight happened after we started moving toward the fight node, so we couldn't even veer off. Alright, let's pull everything wounded from the deck. We're going to have to rebuild considerably here. Because if the enemy's going to be able to, like, unavoidably wound 10 of your cards, then playing with wounded cards means you're going to lose almost everything you play. So we can get to 9 cards like that. It's not a very good deck, though. We can run both the cutters to power up the bottom end a little bit. We probably need to run a sweeper just to give us a chance of doing enough damage to get out the back end of this. And then, like, Stalwart and Shield Comrade are both worse at their jobs when wounded. Honestly, Welder as a 3-cost 3/3 is better than Welder as a 4-cost 3/4. We can play the Dozer. I won't be heartbroken to lose the Dozer. And then I don't really want to play my Union Sapper. I don't want to have a chance of losing that. It wouldn't be the end of the world to lose the Union Grenadier. Like, we could still play that guy. That gives us a little bit of offensive power. We can play this second Ordnance Runner and just try to have So we do still have the demolitions expert. Yeah, let's try to have a blast strategy available to us at least. I wish I could... Okay, it's 2 O2s. So if we play Union Grenadier here, he does blow up the whole row. It's not totally ideal. The enemy goes first, but we can play like Prospector with Cutter in front of it. I think I'm just going to keep. Okay. Just going to close one of my rows off. He'll probably... Okay. That makes sense. So a 3-5. Pretty good start. I'm gonna do the thing I said, I think. You'd have to do an awful lot to be able to attack my Prospector here. We haven't seen any of the AI use double tap yet. It's not impossible that they have it. I'm just gonna pass here. Okay. I see he's gonna do a pull or a push or something, but why even bother? Okay. So, we're probably going to beam plus double tap to kill the 4-5. I think we kind of have to. Which is a shame because it costs everything. Yeah, diversion's not the right play here. Yeah, let's just do that. And then you can't attack because you're not in the front row. I mean, you just break this probably, right? And then do I just throw down? I probably just throw down the Union Grenadier. Like, opening up this row is not totally ideal, but also, is it going to... How likely is it to matter? Getting us the scholar points does matter. You know what? I'll just save him. Let's not give them the extra room. Okay, so he's just going to ignore the table entirely and just kill me. Well, that's not really avoidable, unfortunately. Okay. Shot plus attack with the cutter gives us this. And then I'm going to use a pull on my own unit to allow this to happen. So now we have some attacking ability at least. And then we are never going to have armor here by just playing Signal Bearer, but we can Welder next turn. I think I want to establish the Signal Bearer now just so that we're representing a huge amount of damage on the table. And then next turn we play like a Welder in an awkward back position. Not ideal, but... Okay, Reinforcing Pattern is definitely a dangerous card. So... how do we deal with that? What's the right way to deal with that? We probably scrap Beast Call looking for what? What do I need? A Mangler Trap would reduce that guy's power to 2. It wouldn't stop him from attacking, but it would reduce his power to 2, which is significant. A Mark would let me trade the 5/3 for it. A Mark or a double tap. Flanking Maneuver would let us play fetch across from it and then attack it with the 5/3. I think Beast Call is really not what we need right now. Field Camouflage was a pretty bad pull. It's maybe the only card in our deck that does literally nothing. Yes. Yeah, all of these other cards. Well, no, Push. Push and Field Camouflage were the only two bad draws. Well, I really don't want to have to hit him with my 7/3. We just don't have... God, if I had a little bit more damage. We could push my 7-3. We could push this column. Have these two attack the 4-6, and then have my 7-3 go to the face. Yeah, okay, that's a weird but functional play. But actually my 7-3 has to kill this, right? I don't think I can go to the face. Yeah, I mean, that thing's scary. So is not killing the opponent, obviously. I mean, there's every chance, and in fact, I would say pretty far above even odds, that we're just going to die here, right? Because there's a real good chance he just plays another Scorch or something, in a way that, like, I can't do anything about. We'll hold the field camouflage. There's no reason to play it yet, probably. You know what? No, I changed my mind. I'm going to play field camouflage in case he plays a guy with charge. Okay, so we gotta be careful of the revenge on that dude. So we can attack for 10. No, I can't. I cannot leave him with lethal up. So how do we deal with this? Obviously, double tap's not bad here. If we double tap to break the barrier and then injure that guy slightly, then fetch plate across from him does obviously does give us the kill, but then that makes the sniper a 3-6. If I were to scrap fetch for, I mean, where a mark would be really valuable. But we're not likely enough to draw one, I don't think. We can't draw right when 6 of our 8 options are good. We definitely don't want to go for a 2 and 5. We just hit for 10, and no, we can't. We had to kill something because we are lethal on the table. I can have my 7-3 attack here to break that with the blast. Have the 3-3 eat that dude. And then oh, nope. We really need to not be bound to 2 rows. But solving it is very expensive, time-wise. Alright, break this, fetch here, break this, double tap, fetch here, leave them with a 3-6, go to their face for 7, and just, yeah, I think that's it. Alright. Double tap. Do this. Play fetch. Go to this guy's face for 7. And now we represent lethal, and he doesn't quite have lethal on us unless he has any spell. But I think we were already in a place where if he had any spell, he won. Right? And I'm gonna also put up this cutter here, just a little insurance. If it turns out not to be relevant, we'll just move it out of the way. Okay, yeah, I just died. He probably had another kill spell in his hand too. Yeah, that's not the first time that we have taken a bunch of extra damage in a fight, basically because we went second. I mean, this episode is not the first time. It may be the case that sometimes you go second thing is such a large detriment that these guys are just not playable on Doomed. Because the enemies hit too hard and have too much gas. Ugh, very frustrating. Alright, well, that's going to be it for us for today. Obviously, I'm not going to start a new episode, a new run 50 minutes into an episode. I did not yet read the comments on the last couple of days because of the way I'm recording these, so I will see those before Monday's episode, and I will make a decision about what we're going to do. I kind of feel like all that's left for us to do here is reveal the stuff that we haven't unlocked yet, which unfortunately we have no control over because it's all bound to finding particular random plots, which we have not encountered, and try to win on Doom. Because I think we've shown that we can win on Burdened in a variety of circumstances with a variety of strategies. But if it's the case that, my problem here on Doomed is not me playing not well enough, but that you just lose most of the time on Doomed no matter how well you play, I don't know that I'm up for continuing to try that. So, like I said, I'll read the comments on the last couple of episodes, gather y'all's feedback about Doomed, and of course, feel free to leave it down here if you have any more that you haven't said yet. And on Monday, when we come back, we'll be doing something. There will definitely be more of this series on Monday, I just don't know exactly what form it will take. So come back then to solve that mystery, you intrepid sleuth you. And we'll see you then.